Alright, what's up guys? Hopefully this all works now. First video back on my channel, and we're not on a motorcycle. This is the new Polaris Slingshot R. Comes in and around 27K. We're going to talk about it, what my initial impressions are. Now, technically it's not my initial impressions because I rode this 2 weeks ago to Moto America with the wife in tow. But I was out running some errands and I had it this weekend, so I figure I'd get a video out on it. So let's roll that B and then we'll get into this ride.
Hey, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ay.
Okay, just having lunch with a old buddy of mine, used to be the drummer in our band. Haven't seen him in a while, so I don't get out to my old stomping grounds that often anymore. To be honest, I kind of avoid it. Anyway, we're in the Polaris Slingshot, and I'm gonna go ahead just right off the bat and say I would not spend this kind of money. But then again, I'm not the kind of guy that spends this kind of money, so, well, to be fair, I'm also trying to convince the wife to let me buy a $32,000 motorcycle, so maybe it's not that far off, but it's just not my style. I'd rather spend the money on something that I will ride. What's that clinking sound? Let's see, was I an idiot and I left something hanging on the back? Because I've done that twice already. Almost lost my whole fucking, my gimbal. Okay. Okay. Oh, looks good. Anyway, yeah, so we've had a Polaris Slingshot in-house before. I remember thinking that for $20,000+, what the fuck is that noise? Anyway, we've had a Polaris Slingshot in-house before, years and years ago. That thing was, it just felt cheaply made. Body panels didn't line up. All the plastics looked like they didn't fit. Alright, let's do this. What the fuck are you? Alright, that's really bugging the shit out of me. There's this fucking dinging. I hear something. And it's like a metal against metal sound, so it has to be. Alright, well, whatever. That's just a new sound it makes. I know what it is. It's the fucking bolt that's loose in there. Now that I know what it is, I ain't worried about it. So yes, once again, the last time that we had this, I felt like they cheaped out on a lot of the parts. So like none of the plastics would line up. There's a lot of flex in them. There's a lot of flashing on the molds. It's like a premium price, but not really premium feeling. There's still some stuff that's fucked up like this. You know, the buttons, the steering wheel doesn't feel like it's the highest quality or whatever. It is, I don't know, head and shoulders above where it used to be. Like all the body lines are there. All of the parts fit nice. There's not any like weird gaps or anything like that. That's pretty cool. Like it looks like they sunk a little bit more money into the design and fit. The update to the engine, or at least it feels like an update. So I don't know for a fact which engine this is. I know it's a Polaris engine. I don't know if the last one was a Polaris engine, but I remember, like, I recall it saying something like Eco 6 or some shit. And when I looked up that engine, it was like a Geo or a GMC or something like that. So it may have been based off of something else, but I could be just misremembering that. The engine that's now is out of, I think, one of their side-by-sides. One of their big dog side-by-sides. It's not the most powerful engine, but it's definitely quick. It's got a lot of torque. I've got it in comfort mode now, so it's a little tamed. The thing does come with 2 ride modes, basically, because they're using the ride command. So you can, through this button right here, goes in the slingshot mode, which gives you more throttle response and tighter steering because they're both electronically assisted. But you can also boop boop right in there. Typical ride command thing. I love ride command. A couple windows, you can customize this to whatever you want. Built-in navigation, phone, music. It's a pretty dope little system they've got in here. It's the same one that's now in the New Indians. I mean, this thing is fun. My wife, we went to Moto America for King of the Baggers, and I took that weekend. And when we got back, she's like, "It's fun. It's a toy." And my response was like, "Yeah, it's basically a jet ski for the street." Do you need a jet ski? No. Are they prohibitively expensive? Yes. Are they loads of fun? Yes. This thing is loads of fun. It's one of those vehicles that I myself can't see it because it's not my thing. But like, I can't tell who this is for. And then you get stopped by every manner of people asking questions. You go like, oh, well, clearly people dig it and they're interested in it. So yeah, it might not be for me, but it's for somebody, right? A bunch of extra cash burning a hole in your pocket. Yeah, sure. Why not? Have a little fun. Buy a Slingshot. It's not me. I'd rather spend it on something else. Because like technically, legally, it's a motorcycle. But you definitely don't get the same vibe from this as you do riding a motorcycle. I mean, obviously. And then there's this. Interstate travel. Dude, this thing is so sketch on the interstate. So you can see the way that it turns is very... Oof. It like floats. There's no body roll. It feels like a jet ski. It just kind of like you kind of point it where you want to go and the back end will follow eventually. It's this weird feeling. The revs real high, I mean, comparatively. It's just a weird thing. But then we go back to the price. It's like 27 grand. Me personally, I guess I'm not the target for this. Because like, one, I'd rather have a motorcycle. But I guess if somebody doesn't want a motorcycle or they already have a motorcycle and they got some money burning a hole in their pocket, I guess it makes sense because you just toot around town. This thing would be great if you lived like in a coastal town or something, like near a beach or some shit. I'd love it. It reminds me of like one of my favorite cars is the Mazda Miata, the MX-5. This is giving me that kind of vibe. Short, squat, low center of gravity, open top, straight chilling. I plan on doing a lot of traveling in the next year, moto related traveling. And so I'm looking at bikes that are geared towards that, we'll say, without giving too much away. Or more geared to it, I should say. And so when I look at vehicles for, like, if I'm going to purchase something, like, I take into consideration all the aspects that vehicle will be subject to. Stop and go traffic, scooting around town, going out of town, out of state. All of those things have to take a seat in line to be counted up when I look at vehicles. And I guess that's why this thing is not for me. If you already have a vehicle that does all of the things that you want it to do, and you're just wanting something fun to screw around in, like, I guess. I know I keep repeating that point, but it's like, I really just don't see the benefit in this vehicle. I see them around a lot in my neck of the woods out in Decatur, Georgia. And, you know, just scooting around town and stuff. So clearly people are buying them, young and old. Most of the guys I see out there are pretty young. riding around in these things. Clearly I'm in the minority here. I'd rather buy a motorcycle. We'll talk about the power a little bit more, because I think it does bear repeating that this thing is quick. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is quick enough to have some fun in. Now, the thing that makes it feel so fast, though, is its stance. It's super low to the ground. Like every car that passes me. What is this, a Camry? That's giant. Corolla. Like everything's taller than you. You're so low to the ground. Like your sense of speed is greater in something like this. So like if I put it into slingshot mode, let's downshift a little bit. Now we have to be very mindful, because the slingshot they gave us has a pretty worn out rear tire. But like screwing around on this thing is a lot of fun. It's got enough power to make it interesting, and with the addition of a ride mode in slingshot mode, it means that like when you're tooling around, the only problem is this is like a road vehicle, so 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be doing shit like this. You'd have to go to like an open parking lot to really like sling this through. I mean, look how fucking low high everything is to you. Jesus. Going past tractor trailers is sketch too, because like you get the buffeting from underneath. Like interstate travel is not what this thing is made for. Like long distance traveling, not really what it's designed to do. And I just happen to be doing it both times I've borrowed it. I don't know, man. Not for me. I'll ride the shit out of it if anybody, you know, hands me the keys. But you won't find me at a dealership buying it. I'm also curious, guys, what people think, like in the motorcycling community, what people think of the 3-wheeled vehicles out there. The Can-Am Spyder, this thing. There's the other one that I've seen that looks like an old-timey race car. It's another 3-wheel in the same vein as the Slingshot, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear. I'd be curious to what people think about these things, like from the motorcycling community looking at them. Because me personally, I am not like, well, one, I'm not like super elitist when it comes to riding. I don't care what people ride as long as they, you know, ride respectfully and just have fun doing something they love. I don't give a shit what you ride. When I look at these and I'm like, they don't fit into any sort of real category, right? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what you think of the Slingshot. I'm gonna keep this nice and short, because I know I'm about to be in some fucking traffic and I want to play some music so I don't get a copyright strike. So I think we're gonna end it here. I appreciate you guys sitting through this one. If you have any questions, just let us know, and be on the lookout. We will be releasing the first ride video of the Slingshot over on the Chasing Two Wheels channel. Until then, guys, take care of each other. I'll see you in the next one. Later.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a